What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Game 1 of the Western Conference Semifinals between the San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves features a matchup between two teams with very different styles of play. In this video, I'll break down both teams, compare key players, and give a prediction for the overall series. This series is essentially a contrast between offensive fluidity and defensive structure. The San Antonio Spurs rely on an offense built around three-point shooting, close-range scoring, and spacing, using a mix of ball movement and occasional isolation plays. Their main ball handlers and scorers include Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, and Stephon Castle, while their system also incorporates pick-and-roll actions and defensive presence from bigs like Wembanyama. The Minnesota Timberwolves are built around strong defense, using interior protection and perimeter pressure to force difficult shots and limit paint scoring. Offensively, they are led by Anthony Edwards, who creates shots primarily through isolation, while players like Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid provide additional impact with pick and rolls used to generate scoring opportunities. The team that successfully imposes their style is more likely to win the series. Timberwolves last series, they faced the Nuggets and dispatched them in 6 games. The Wolves were led by Anthony Edwards, who consistently delivered high-scoring performances and carried the offensive load. However, Ant-Man got injured in the middle of the series. During his absence, the team was forced to adapt, highlighted by a 42-point performance from Ayo Dosunmu, who was later unavailable for Game 6. Rudy Gobert contributed significantly through defense and rebounding, anchoring the team's interior presence, although his impact declined slightly towards the end of the series. Overall, the Timberwolves remained effective due to their defensive consistency and ability to limit opponent scoring. They closed out the series with a strong performance, including a 32-point game from Jaden McDaniels, demonstrating their ability to step up and maintain control even without their star player Anthony Edwards. In the previous series, the San Antonio Spurs faced the Portland Trail Blazers and advanced through efficient team offense and balanced scoring. Offensively, the Spurs were led by Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox, who both consistently acted as the primary scoring option and offensive initiators. Victor Wembanyama provided scoring both inside and outside, while also impacting the game defensively. Stephon Castle added another scoring option, giving the Spurs multiple players who could create and finish plays. The Spurs' offense was built on spacing and ball movement, allowing them to generate efficient looks from both the perimeter and inside the paint. Rather than relying on just isolation, they were most effective when they moved the ball quickly and multiple players were involved. Defensively, the team focused on protecting the rim and contesting shots using their size and rotation to limit high-quality opportunities. While Wembanyama played a role as an interior presence, the overall defensive impact came from team coordination and positioning from bigs like Wembanyama and Luke Kornet. Overall, the Spurs advanced by maintaining offensive efficiency, sharing scoring responsibilities, and executing consistently as a team, which made them difficult to defend and allowed them to control the series and finish off 4-1. This matchup highlights two different types of star players. Anthony Edwards for the Timberwolves is a high-level shot creator who can take over games offensively, especially in isolation situations. In contrast, Victor Wembanyama impacts the game across multiple areas, including scoring, defense, and spacing. The outcome may depend on which type of impact is more effective over the course of the series. Injuries and player availability can significantly influence the series. Missing or limited players affect rotations, defensive matchups, and overall team performance. This becomes especially important in playoff series where consistency and depth are critical factors. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards is expected back for Game 3 or 4 after suffering an injury in the Timberwolves vs. Nuggets match. Dante DiVincenzo, their main point guard for the Timberwolves, unfortunately got an ACL injury, which is a season injury, so he will be out for the rest of the year. And Ayo Dosunmu is expected back for Game 1 after sitting out Game 6 against the Nuggets. And Kyle Anderson as well is expected back for Game 1 after also sitting out for Game 6. Those two, I believe, will provide a significant boost in the manpower that the Timberwolves will definitely need, as the entire San Antonio Spurs roster is fit and ready for the team, meaning that they have more experience playing with each other over the course of the playoffs, and they are more stronger in terms of injuries. Both teams, this series comes down to offense versus defense and how each team handles key matchups. The Minnesota Timberwolves have an advantage in defensive consistency, physicality, and a proven scorer in Anthony Edwards. Their defense is led by both Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels, with Jaden McDaniels being very efficient in the playoffs by the way he locked down Jamal Murray in Game 6 of the Nuggets versus Timberwolves game. However, that being said, the San Antonio Spurs do have Victor Wembanyama, who is also he's the defensive player of the year, anonymous defensive player of the year. So he is also very crucial in the defensive side for the Spurs. And the Spurs right now, they have more attacking power than the Timberwolves, because using Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, and De'Aaron Fox, that's much better than just having Julius Randle and guys that are currently injured, such as Dante DiVincenzo and Anthony Edwards, on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, in conclusion, I really believe that unless Anthony Edwards is back for like Game 2 or better Game 3, the Timberwolves will have a tough time in order to really win this series, and I believe that this series will be done and wrapped up in 6 games, with the Spurs winning by 4-2. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to put your predictions in the comment section, and also be tuned for upcoming prediction videos for the NBA finals, and stay tuned for that. And while you're at it, do subscribe and like the channel, as it will help me a lot.